Hello and welcome back to another DIY video. Today we're going to be changing out the front lower control arms on my Lexus CT200. Pretty sure this is going to be the only video I've seen so far on YouTube. So before we get started, make sure you give me a thumbs up to help with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel in the bottom right hand corner. And some tools, or I'm sorry, my replacements are going to be right here. Again, these are going to be the front lower control arms. Before you do anything, you want to get your car up in the air and make sure it's safe. I have it jacked up right there, and then you see both my jack stands. Probably don't need it, but obviously you always want to make sure you're safe. Alright guys, I actually just finished the driver's side lower front control arm. Assuming the passenger side is the exact same thing, then this should be a relatively quick video. A few things that you'll definitely need. You're going to definitely need some type of impact wrench like this. Otherwise these oversized lugs are going to be very difficult to get off. It's right at 22 for the socket size. But let's get started. Take the wheel off. Alrighty, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of filming right here. So this right here, that is going to be a 22mm socket, top and the bottom. So you need a 7/8 ratchet box wrench to hold the top, and then you need a 17mm socket for the bottom. Going over to this side, this is going to be the hard one right here. Oops, right there. What I'm tapping on, that is a 22mm bit as well, or socket. And the last ones are going to be right under the lower ball joint. These are going to be 17. Those aren't too bad though. Alright, so I'm trying to see the best way for me to film this. It's probably going to be like that. Again, these are going to be 17mm. You need an impact wrench for this. It'll be a lot easier. See how easy that came off? Lower ball joint now is loose. We're going to remove it from the control arm. I'm going to bring the camera over on this side, so hopefully that's a better angle for you. Let me move this up. Trying to move the ball joint out of the way. There we go. Well, that's a bummer, yuck. I can tell right now that I need lower ball joints. Lovely. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, so now we get a box wrench on, well, you can't really see it right here, but right there I'm going to put the 7/8 box wrench up top and then 22mm on the bottom. If you're wondering what all that water is, I'm pretty sure that's just from the AC compressor. Yeah, that's from the AC condenser. Let me pull that out. Alright. Okay. Let me get some light on it real quick. See how mine is all cracked? That is why I'm replacing it. Alright, so I am struggling a little bit to find out how to remove this one, because it's right there on the oil filter housing. So I'm going to drop this little tray in the bottom, see what's up. Alright, so coming in from the front of the car, I dropped this little tray right here. This is going to be your tray for you to remove whenever you do oil changes. If you flip it all the way over, there is the nut we were trying to get access to, and it is in the way with the oil filter housing. So I gotta think about what I'm gonna do here, but just wanted to show you that where I'm stuck at. All right, so I just found online from a TRQ that they did this on a Toyota Prius as well, and it looks like they had to lift the engine just a few inches. I know that sounds crazy, but it didn't look too difficult, so I'm going to show you guys here. Pretty much you're going to remove your coolant reservoir right here. We're not going to take the whole thing out. We're just going to scoot it over so we can get access to the engine motor mount nuts. So 10 mil, 10 mil. Back those both out. Not sure if you can see it, but here's the nut that we're trying to get off right there. It's a 17 millimeter. There's actually 3 of them. So there's 1, 2, the third one is down here. It's gonna be hard to see right there in the frame right there. I'm pretty sure those are, I'm like 95% certain that's it. All right, this fastener right here looks a lot easier to get to on camera, but it's actually quite difficult just because you need one of these. It's in at a weird angle. It hit the ground, don't worry. Back that out though. Next one is that one right there. Magnet. Okay, last one is right there in the middle. Make sure it seats first. Alright, so what I've done so far is I've taken my jack and I jacked it up on the corner of the oil pan like that. And it pretty much, I'm going to go up a little bit higher, but it should give you enough access to get that nut off now finally. Let's keep going. Alright, with me lifting that up, check this out. Bam. Actually, let me get a breaker bar. Alright. This is a 7/8 box wrench. Alright, hopefully you see it turning. Alright, yeah, it's turning. I can tell you guys right now, this is probably the hardest one so far. Take it out. Alright, so that front one was going to be the hardest one so far. Take a big flat blade screwdriver, wedge it in here. Oopsie daisy. See that, how it's moving? Alright, we're just going to keep playing with that side. And that's how we're just going to keep wiggling it until it comes out. Okay. All right. There it is. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just comparing my new one with my old one. Everything looks like it's in the same orientation, so I'm going to go ahead and get it reinstalled. I'm going to stop the video here because I'm trying to keep it short, but when you torque everything back in, this one right here on the inner is going to be right at 172 foot-pounds. This one is 155 foot-pounds, and for the lower ball joint right here, these are all 66 foot-pounds. Your wheels are 77 foot-pounds. All this should be done with your torque wrench. If you like this video, make sure you give me that thumbs up to help with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel in the bottom right-hand corner. I'll see you in the next one, and of course, make sure you put those fasteners up here for those engine mounts back in before everything's done. This should be the only front lower control arm video for a Lexus CT200. So yeah, leave your likes and comments below. Thanks. All right, so real quick, before you torque everything up, make sure you let the front control arm come to its compressed position, and then you torque it because you don't want to bend your bushings.